Are you listening? Damn.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Peak Podcast, a source of information, tools, tips, skills, lessons, stories, and mindset to help you reach your peak and beyond in fitness, relationships, your career, and so much more. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Peak Podcast. Marco back with you again. Episode number 74. We're getting close to 100. Not really. That's still pretty far away. So I've talked, the title of this podcast. Maybe I should say that first. Episode number 74. Goals and the strategies to achieve them. So I've talked a number of times over podcasts, content, whatever. Now, setting goals is kind of the easy part when it comes to the goal, right? Obviously, how long does it take you to set a goal, right? And I'm going to talk about this specifically around fitness, but it's the same for all goals. Right, so why is the goal the easy part, right? Why is setting the goal the easy part, I should say? Well, part of it is because there are only a number of goals that we set most of the time, right? So most of the time it's like a weight loss goal, a strength goal, sports and performance goals, okay? So there's not a lot of variation in the goals, right? We're not just coming up with something completely new, right? It's pretty much the same thing. Lose weight, right? All we've got to do is attach a number to that and a time frame, okay? So like there's not a massive variation in fitness goals that you're going to have. That's fair enough. Another reason is, we never set big goals, okay? So often we are setting goals that are, this is why we've got 6 and 12 week challenges. Well, it's kind of hard to achieve that much in 6 or 12 weeks. So it limits the goal, okay? It instantly just limits, how much detail, how big the goal can be. So, again, a bit like there's a limited amount of variety, since we think so short term, we limit the variety in goals, we limit how much we can achieve, of course, there's only so much we can achieve. So, as a result, again, it's pretty quick, right? You don't have to go, if you're going doing a 10-year goal, okay, well, that might take a bit more time, okay, to develop. That doesn't mean that people don't achieve great things in that short time, but that's a small percentage. It's a really small percentage. If we think about these 8-week challenges, such a small percentage of people, 10% I guess, get anywhere near what they're actually going for in terms of goals or dreams or whatever you want to call it. So the rest of us, it doesn't work, right? So setting the goal is pretty easy. Right, as I said before, a longer goal is going to take longer to set. There's going to probably be more detail in there, okay? Or at least you need to consider it a bit longer. Let me just drink my bone broth here. But setting goals is super, super important, okay? For our mental health, it's been found that they're pretty essential, right? Goals provide us with a hopeful future. Okay, and when a lot of people don't have a hopeful future, like something that they're working for or that they believe they can attain that's going to make them better people, then their mental health actually starts to get worse, right? Because we're just naturally wired to try and progress. Okay, that's just the way humans are. We're basically goal-chasing creatures. And this really comes about because, unlike any other animal, we're able to think about the future. Okay, we're like, and not through instinct. We can actually imagine a future for ourselves. So as a result, we need goals to drive us to a hopeful future. Right? No goals, no hope, then all of a sudden we start to struggle with our mental health. All right, so big goals are actually important. So what we need to learn is how to better set goals, right? We have to set better goals, either way. So that's one part of it, right? Learning how to set goals. And there is, and part of it comes back to this fact that we set short-term goals, which again doesn't help us. It's probably not the best way to set goals. But I'm gonna kind of, I guess, I'm not going to cover how to set goals in this. That's a massive podcast, that is. But what I'm going to talk about is, I guess, still more about why the goal is pretty simple. Basically, the goal gives us the North Star, right? That's what we're pointing at. And when a lot of people set goals, right, they don't achieve them. Right? They set big goals, they set small goals, they don't achieve them. Since they don't achieve them, they get more frustrated. Okay, so it's not that they didn't have a goal. Okay, so there's firstly, if we don't have a goal, mental health issue, like we actually start to suffer with our mental health. Or if we don't have a hopeful future, at least. But then if we set goals and then don't achieve them, then we start to become frustrated as well. Okay, so setting the goals though, that's pretty easy. Setting a fitness goal is pretty quick, as I said before. What most people miss when they're setting goals is a strategy or plan to go with the goal. What do you think are the steps required to achieve the goal? What actions do you have to take along the way to reach the goal? Instead, most people just jump into taking action. Right? So we set the goal, very quick. I'd like to lose 10 kilos in this 10-week challenge. That's it. How long does that take me? 10 seconds. Right? That's fair. There's like, what more? That might genuinely push the client, right? We can, as a coach, I could say yes or no. Right? I could say, well, I think you could do better. Right? Okay, 15, something like that to really push. But it was a clear goal. It was measurable. There was a time to it. 10 kilos in 10 weeks, right? That's a good goal, right? Genuinely took me 10 seconds. So it's pretty simple. The actual setting the goal is pretty simple, right? But what most people do is they just set the goal. There's no strategy that goes with it, right? People just take action. Not a bad thing. We love action takers. You got to take action, right? You're not even going to get the goal if you don't take action. Okay, at least if you are moving, you're getting out there, you're being positive, you're taking action, you've got a chance of reaching the goal. Right? But how do you know you're taking the right action? How do you know if that action is going to be too difficult to do? Right. Will the action be too easy? Could even leave you falling short, even though you think you're doing everything right. This is what most people do. They sign up to a 10-week challenge or whatever, and they just do it. They just follow the food, and they don't question it, right? But that's not really a strategy, right? That's not. And the reason that's not a strategy is because for you, that might be really difficult. Right? It's not like we give a blanket strategy to everyone. That's not the best idea, is it? At least I wouldn't like to do that to my clients. Hey, I just wheeled this out again. I discuss with clients what the plan is. And I ask, how confident are you that you can do this, right? This is planning. Oh, you don't feel confident? Okay, well, what is something that you can do, right? What is a strategy we can come up with that you can do consistently, that needs to be consistent to reach a goal, okay? So this is why, when it comes to fitness, you should work closely with your coach and determine what an achievable yet difficult goal is and the strategy required to reach the goal. When we're bundled in with everyone in these challenges or classes or whatever, you're going to just follow the same thing as everyone. For some people, that will work, because for them, that is the strategy that's going to work. But for others, a different way of doing it might actually help. Right? And if you don't have a coach, research, right? Research how it's done. There's plenty of free resources on the internet showing you how to do it, right? And you get the plan, right? You make a plan, right? The strategy is the thing you can compare to know where you went wrong if you don't achieve it. And if you do achieve it, then you can look at how you can improve that strategy. Right? Because you might have taken 10 weeks. Then it's like, okay, well, how can I take 8 weeks next time, right? How can I do it even better? But you need to have a strategy there. If you've just got the end goal, it becomes a pass-fail, right? It's as simple as that. Oh, I didn't reach it, fail. Oh, I reached a goal, sweet. You can fumble, right, and get the right goal. That's the problem with fitness, right? People often do kind of unhealthy things to look healthy. Right? This is why people have pre-workouts and these energy drinks and all this shit, right? It's not really healthy. They look all right. They've consumed all the supplements in the world, but it's not the healthiest thing, right? It's like, yeah, you got there. It's something. Good on you. You got the result. But then how do you repeat the result if the habits and the actions behind it aren't that great, okay? So you got to know the strategy is what you compare to, where it went right and wrong. Because you might not achieve the result, but you did 80% things right. Well, what are those 80% of the things? You look at the plan, okay? So you've just got to understand, there's two parts to goal setting. The actual goal, right? The end result you're going for, that's generally pretty quick to determine, right? Once you've done that, you've got to take time and work out a strategy or a plan to achieve that goal. Otherwise, you're going to just be guessing, just taking some action. Again, not bad. That's not bad. But you can take some action, or you can take a little bit of time, plan, and then take better action, or even the right action. So that's it, episode 74. If you liked that episode, I think it was pretty good. If you liked it, give it 5 stars, please, if you could. Or not, I don't care. Give it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. That way other people will see it and they'll be like, high five, Marco, you're awesome. This is all about vanity, really. That's all we're doing it for. No, seriously. If you did like it, 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. I will have another episode for you. Next week. That's generally the plan, but things derail it. Until then, be good, stay safe, and avoid all viruses.